Very good morning, everybody. As you know that yesterday we discussed all of them. We discussed 5 of them. Today we shall discuss the next activities which are covered under the scope of HRM. So here is number 6 is when we have already selected and inducted any employee to a particular person, the next important activity which comes into the queue, that is called number 6, placement. In under placement, HR manager or HR department has to place new employees in a particular position in a particular department and give him those responsibilities and resources whatever he needed to perform his particular job. That's all these things come under the placement of the employee at a particular position in a particular department. So that's all about placement. Next activity which we include under the scope of HRM, that is called training and development. It is one of the very important activities of human resource management, that is are pertaining especially with executive level and management level. Training and development. We have to, being HR managers or HR department people, we have to craft training and development programs for various types of employee serving at various departments at various levels. On-site training, off-site training, what kind of training they require, new freshers who come in the organization, they generally lack training. We have to give them proper training so that they can do efficient work. And we also show them their development plan, career prospects, how they can grow in their career with our organization. So this is all about giving them training. Training programs are again period-wise, different to different. Some companies have 15 days training, some companies have 45 days training, some other company could have 6 months or maybe 2 years training, depending on the most of the banks, they have 6-month trainings. So there are various different periods of training programs, training inside, outside, offsite, various kinds, maybe onshore training and offshore training, which is much famous in ITES or information technology industry. So training and development is one of the core responsibility or duties of HR manager. Next activity which will include in the scope, that is called performance appraiser. Here we have into the role of evaluators or assessment. We have to assess the performance of the employees, how throughout the year, throughout a particular period he performed in his activity, successfully or unsuccessfully. How was his overall performance? On the basis of his performance, we have to craft further training programs or promotional programs. So it is the assessment or evaluation of the performance of the employees. Employees at various levels working in various departments doing different activities. So performance appraisal systems, their performance evaluation system would be also very, very different. It is performance appraisal in general word, means whatever work has been done by the employees, how was this work, good, bad or worse, we have to categorize and accordingly we have to reward the employee and also train if needed. So all these in performance appraisal, all these things will come in detail in next chapters which discuss in detail. Next, that is called job evaluation. Many times, whatever posts are there existing in the organization, with the course of time, they are still relevant or not, we have to find out. We have to, not only we have to assess the performance of the employee, but also we have to find out and we have to evaluate the significance of particular positions which are existing in the organization. Are the existing positions enough for the organizations, or there is need of to create more positions and activities in the organization, or in future we would need some more positions or maybe diversified positions, different job evaluation. Job evaluation itself is the assessment of posts how we evaluate number of in terms of quantity and quality, how many overall posts we required in a particular department or particular section. All these things we discuss, we decide or determine under this function that is called job evaluation. Next important function that comes under employee and executive remuneration. Employee executive remuneration is a kind of reward system or pay packages for employees and executives. We have to craft their salary packages, their different allowances, incentives would be getting during their jobs, and also after their jobs, what extra perks and incentives they would get. Remuneration means total reward process. So many techniques are there. We have to draft salary plans and salary policies, terms and conditions. Means crafting pay package for the employees at all the levels. It is one of the prominent duties of the HR department. Next, also these are the very important next one. Till then, the very important point is that here all these activities so far we have discussed from point 1 to point 10. These were the activities under also the personnel management. As I had discussed with you in the first class, that earlier HR itself is a very modern concept. Earlier companies, older companies in classical time, companies did not have HR department, but they did have a personnel department, which were the core functions only. But now here you see that's the motivation, communication, employee welfare, health. These are the new type of responsibilities which have been added to the stream of, to the scope of HRM, human resource management. That's why the human resource management is a broader concept than only personnel management. Here you see that point 11 is motivation. Employees who are working with the organization, they would do their best, they would give their 100% only when they are satisfied and feel motivated. If our employees are not motivated, they won't be able to give their 100%. So motivation is very important activity for them. So how to craft a good motivation plan? How will we motivate the employee internally, especially internal motivation in internal atmosphere of the organization, that we have to do it. So all these things we would discuss under motivation. So till then, thank you. Next point we will discuss in next class. Thank you.